In the Nordic region, there is a lack of residential housing. Just Copenhagen City, for example, is increasing with 1,000 people per month, and we simply can't build in that speed. So the residential market is definitely a market where we see the pension funds are moving into. Both the international investors are very keen on the residential market, but also the local pension funds. And I think you would agree, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, that there is a certain shift from the office market, from the local investors to the residential market. For various reasons, but one of them is of course that they can see that there will be a steady flow of tenants coming in, and also there are different, and that is important to know, there are different legislative issues from Sweden to Denmark, for example. In Denmark, a tenant moving out actually has to pay for the entire apartment being totally refurbished, so they have to pay that with their deposit, which means that for the investor, each time they rent out the apartment to a new tenant, it's actually delivered by the former tenant in a perfect, pristine way. So that's very interesting. So all these things are very interesting, but that is not the case in Sweden, for example. So this is things to know. But the residential market, I mean, if you look at Oslo, to us, Oslo is very interesting because the residential market there is fairly small for the letting market within the residential market. You have about 60,000 apartments in Oslo. Half of them are owned by professional investors who are then letting out the apartments. So you basically only got 30,000 apartments that are owned by professionals. The other 30,000 is actually owned by private individuals who is letting out, a basement or has made an investment in 1 or 2 apartments that they're then letting out. So it's a very different market, and it's a market that we will be looking quite a lot into going, because Oslo is a city that is growing quite heavily as well with the inhabitants.